Sri Aurobindo wrote about the Veda, and he wrote about Usha in the context of the Rig Veda Samhita. And
Rig Veda Samhita.
Yeah, Rig Samhita. So he described Usha as the, and also this is in Savitri, the dawn that comes before the sun, that chases away the darkness, that illuminates, it's like where the depth of night is there. And it's not day yet, the sun isn't up, but it's like things start, and you imagine the human condition of ignorance and living in duality and confusion and what's going on here. And the dawn is that it's like, oh, you can start to see, like, oh, that's a tree. Or like, oh, that's not a monster. It's just a chair.
Yeah.
You start, it's like, it's dark. And that the dawn comes over and over and over again. And it's always coming. And we can lean into that. Like she, Usha, it's not an idea. She's a being that carries this hope. And she's always revealing the light. She's always bringing the light and revealing the truth. So this song is like that. She speaks in color, kisses our eyes. The dawn, drawn by her golden horses, rise, singing the new day to life. Mother of light, mother of light, mother of 7 magnificent rays. She fashions and follows the path of the truth. She opens her eye, lets fall her robe, and births the day. And all that is waiting to be comes into view. You can lean on her love, the hope that she brings. You can slip into her wake and follow. You can lean on her love, truth that she sings. You can ride her golden wings into tomorrow. From darkness to light, she opens the door. She chases confusion and falsehood away. She steals all the places where lies can lie hidden, and resurrects the light of the day. Carries a seed of truth that waits to be born. She pens her promise on the skylight page. She cries back the night and the darkness withdraws. And out pours the revelation and the flame. Devi Amartya Ushayati Jyotisha Ushoti Amartya Ushayati Jyotisha Shoti to shine. You can lean on her love, the hope that she brings. You can slip into her wings and follow. You can lean on her love, the truth that she sings. You can ride her golden wings into tomorrow. Show to
Today's our guest is very special. He's associated with Auroville. He's a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, spiritual activist, yoga teacher. Mathew loves India, loves using Sanskrit and Tamil words with Western musical melodies. How interesting is that? He also serves as board president and executive director for Auroville International USA, which is short form is AVI, a non-profit charitable organization who is dedicated to send funds to Auroville projects in India. He's also a co-owner of Shraddha Yoga. He teaches yoga philosophy rooted in Sri Aurobindo's writings on yoga. He's a former student of Baba Haridas, who is actually a founder of Sri Ram Ashram in Haridwar, India. So, welcome, Mathew. It is an honor to have you on the show, and thank you for your time. To to talk with me or answer some of my curiosities and questions about Auroville. So, to start with, the first question that is, what is Sri Aurobindo for you? How you perceive him, or Sri Aurobindo and Mother?
Start with the easy question, huh?
See, this is the question. It was like, how he sees them. It's I never met them, to be honest with you.
On my 21st birthday, I arrived in India for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know anything about Sri Aurobindo or the Mother or Auroville. I was on a study abroad, university study abroad trip. And I immediately felt embraced by something that I can't even describe now. I mean, it just felt like I was home.
Mm-hmm.
There was no reason for me to feel like that. I had never been to India before. I didn't know anything about India, really. And when I went to Auroville, I went thinking I was studying sustainable community development and organic agriculture and things like that. And I did study those things. But in the meantime, I got to know about Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. And I saw their pictures everywhere, and
Mm-hmm.
I found these books in the library that Sri Aurobindo had written, and I would sit there at night in the library and read The Life Divine and just feel like, what even? I don't even understand. I can't get to the end of the sentence,
Mm-hmm.
much less understand what he's saying. But there was something in me that resonated, that felt like, yeah, this is for me. I felt belonging, like I belonged there.
Okay.
So that original experience hasn't changed. Now I have read a lot of things that Sri Aurobindo wrote, and I have read a lot of things that the Mother said, and I've spent the past 25 years in relationship with Auroville in some way or another, and I'm deeply involved in Auroville now. But that, I can say all kinds of things about what I think about Sri Aurobindo, but that original feeling of like, oh, this is a being that I know, that feels familiar to me, that I feel kind of a belonging in with them.
Mm-hmm.
I used to read Dilip Kumar Roy. Dilip Kumar Roy wrote a book called Sri Aurobindo Came to Me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of his writings about his relationship with Sri Aurobindo after Sri Aurobindo had left the body. So in the 1950s. And I would read this book, and he's writing about the ashram at that time. And I always felt like I could smell what it's like. I could hear the sounds, I could smell the smells, I could feel what it would be like to be in the ashram in the 1950s. So I don't know why that is, but it just always, like immediately at my first contact, it just felt familiar. Like, you go home, you see the old, your old room that you grew up in or something, and you feel like, oh, this is familiar. Just felt like that to me. So that's the main thing. I mean, Sri Aurobindo is also, I think, an incredible. I mean, he synthesized arguments from various yoga traditions that have been discussed and contemplated for thousands of years, and wove them together. He looked, okay, these people are saying two different things. Where do they touch? Where do they meet? What is the higher truth that contains both of these perspectives? And I think he is scholar isn't even the right word. He integrated and understood the teachings of yoga. And that's the other thing I've done is studied yoga, yoga texts and teachings from various traditions. And just seeing what he did with that wealth of knowledge is really incredible, unparalleled. I don't know of anything that's like that.
Interesting. Did you have any mystical experiences? Because I have heard that Mother was very mystical, and some people have witnessed magic, or I don't know, magic may not be the right word, but they have some experiences, and I think she had some background in that space.
Yeah. When before she met Sri Aurobindo, she was in, I think there was a cult. A cult is the word in France. Occult communities, and I think that there was a lot going on in the world at that time. 1910, 19 teens, and explorations with the occult and mystical, and different dimensions of reality, and so yes, that was her background. Feeling the presence of something that is not measurable with our scientific tools, currently developed scientific tools. If I'm feeling connected to something beyond this material reality, then yes. I have also had experiences of very high feeling of connection and union with everything. And I've had experiences of very disconnection with everything. So there's the full spectrum. I think a lot of times when people think about mysticism, I mean, in the sense of yoga, the word yoga means union, right? So the experience of union, the experience of oneness. There's only this, and there's not me and this. There's just this. There's just
non-duality.
Yes, there's just light. There's just radiance. I have been drawn up into an experience like that, and I have been drawn back down into human incarnation and the daily grind of doing the dishes and the laundry. And I've also been drawn into experiences of extreme separation, feeling separate from the divine reality. So yeah, in some ways it depends on what you mean with the question, but that's...
Yeah, I think in Western world they call it supernatural.
Yeah.
And not everyone can contemplate on it, or may not understand it, or may not be explained in words. Some people have near-death experiences, which are totally, surprising to know that they say, "Hey, I saw the light," but then again, I came back. But I think, as far as Aurobindo and Mother is concerned, I have heard some stories that they had some life-changing events in their lives.
In 2013, I was in the midst of a complicated human situation, kind of like a crisis, very difficult. And I was asking God, for some reason in my consciousness, and I think I don't remember exactly how this started, but at some point, when I go inside and I ask, hello, anybody there? The person who answers the phone is the mother. I don't know why. When I go inside, she's there. Her presence is there. So in this situation, in 2013, I was asking her. And I had a very strong, compelling experience. I hadn't been to Auroville in 13 years. So I was there in 2000, and I didn't go back. So I hadn't been back for 13 years. And I had an experience where she appeared as a presence, and she said, go now to Auroville, right now. Wow. Don't go to an Indian restaurant and order Indian food. Don't go buy an Indian shirt. Go to India now, right now. And I came home and told my wife, okay, we have to go to India. And she said, no, we can't go to India. We have 2 small kids. But my mom was visiting at that time, and she said, you should go. Both of you should go. My wife didn't have a passport, but within 2 weeks we were on an airplane. Wow. And we went together to Auroville, and it totally changed our lives. It was from there that I got involved with Auroville International USA. Shraddha Yoga was a yoga studio in Amherst that we bought from the former owner in 2014. So I was working for a nonprofit organization. I was flying around the country and doing administrative stuff, hiring people, firing people, like a lot of stress, big responsibility. And from going to India at that time, everything changed. We went into yoga fully together, and I got involved with AVI USA. Beautiful. So you can say that that's an experience it was an experience, and it was certainly life-changing. Life-changing. In the sense, it reorganized my whole, what I was spending my time doing. And there's no way I couldn't imagine. Before that, I was thinking, I don't like this job. It's very stressful. The organization is dysfunctional. It's very complicated. I don't want to be doing this anymore. But what else am I going to do? I don't want to go just get another job that's just going to be like this. And so I was kind of waiting, and I kept having the feeling, just wait, don't do anything yet. Just wait. And then this happened, and then everything kind of unfolded